Hi. Can we ask what your best jokes are?
Oh, goodness, I'm not very good with jokes.
Can I do a Holocaust joke or not?
Why can't Americans switch from pounds to kilograms?
Why?
Well, because most Americans grew up using pounds, and so if they were to switch to kilograms, there'd be mass confusion.
What did the witch doctor say to his apprentice?
What?
We're gonna do an unboxing today.
That's really good.
Oh, what do bees use to brush their hair?
A honeycomb.
You got that. So what is the most normal vegetable?
Which one?
The bell pepper. Statistics.
We're just stupid. Sorry?
Who is that?
No. Where?
Putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. What time did the man go to the dentist?
2:30.
You took the... You know what? Never mind. What's the difference between the San Antonio Spurs and the Jews?
What?
The Spurs can beat the Heat.
Oh!
How do you catch a polar bear, you ask? Well, it's kind of hectic. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go and cut a hole in the ice, right? So you're having a big hole, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put peas around the hole. Peas? I don't know. They might like it. It might throw them off a little bit. Like, what's this? So when they take the bait, you're gonna sneak up right behind them and kick them in the ice hole.
I think that was pretty good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, okay, great.
Despite comedy being one of the hardest genres to create,
Or be good at.
as it's constantly changing and shaped by current social norms.
There are plenty of movies. TV shows. And other forms of entertainment that make and push the boundaries of comedy.
This is known as dark humor. In this episode, we will look at dark humor, some history, and its appeal, or hatred from real comedians. And we'll do a little fun experiment comparing IQs and humor at the end of this.
Yay, I'm so excited.
Dark humor has been around since the Dark Ages. Get it? But it has always been under controversy, whether you blame the comedian for writing jokes that cross a line, or the audience for not having a sense of humor, which is what I say when a joke falls flat. Like recording my intro in a closet. Okay, let me get out of here. Looking into the history of dark comedy, we see both its battle with being praised and despised. Now, comedians, like everybody else, are protected by the First Amendment, but they have a little bit more power when it comes to their jokes. Like, they can say something controversial, but it's all in good laugh. Now, if we were to get into the nitty-gritty, which we're gonna do, I would tell you the differences and definitions of both comedy and dark comedy, which I'm going to do. Comedy is a play, movie, etc. of light and humorous character with a happy or cheerful ending, while dark comedy, also known as black comedy, is a play, movie, etc. having elements of comedy and tragedy, also often involving gloomy or morbid satire. I will mention that comedy is often related to the medieval term tragedy, but I just think that's because they didn't have a sense of humor back then. Now that we have a sort of focus on what dark comedy is, now that we really have a focus on what dark comedy is, let's look at one of the best examples. And when I say best, I mean the most praised, because the worst dark comedy out there, I would never hurt you like that. The best dark comedy, however, has topped lists, charts, graphs, ratings, you name it, for centuries. Wildly called the first real dark comedy, the full title, Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, is a 1964 political satire piece directed by Stanley Kubrick, also known for his other films like 2001: A Space Odyssey, The Shining, and a lot of other winning movies. This film went on to be placed on the top 3 of the American Film Institute's list of the funniest American films.
You filthy bully, you filthy bully. So you guy, I'll taste you before, hey? You wore my thing for it.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Along with other great accomplishments and awards. Dr. Strangelove jokes on the fear revolved around the Cold War and its nuclear conflict. Starring George C. Scott as U.S. Air Force General Jack Ripper.
If the pilot's good, see? I mean, if he's really sharp, he can barrel that baby in so low. I mean, you ought to see it sometime. It's a sight. A big plane like a 52 room.
Who goes insane and sends a preemptive nuclear attack on the USSR. It's a pretty simple plot for what's widely called one of the best comedies ever made. Okay, so it's a renowned film that many love and has won basically everything that a movie can dream of. But is it really that good? Well, many people say yes, and you'd think I'd believe them along with the 1,000 awards it got. But I have an episode to make, so instead I made strangers watch and react.
My name is Allie, and I'm studying wildlife biology.
My name's Alexa Pizzuti. I'm studying apparel design and production.
Yeah, I watch like stand-up specials, and like I've grown up with comedians and comedy shows and stuff like that.
I don't watch it, but I do like to be around funny people.
I've heard of it. I don't believe I've seen it.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen or have any idea what it's about.
He went and did a silly thing. Let me finish, Dimitri. Can you imagine how I feel about it, Dimitri? Why do you think I'm calling you? Just to say hello? Not now, but anytime, Dimitri. I'm just calling up to tell you something terrible has happened.
Shoot it off! Shoot with a gun!
Waiting for the comedy. It's definitely a movie. Just watching.
Humor from a while back is different, but there's still like the awkwardness of the scene and stuff. There's like some translations of comedy that like it's just gonna be funny. Just like a long, comedically long phone call, that's just gonna be funny. It kind of depends on the dark subject that is being humorized, but for the most part, like I would watch a show if it had dark comedy.
Like you can be funny without being dark. I think people like hide their hate and call it comedy sometimes. Like they just say something offensive, but oh, it's funny, it's comedy, I didn't mean it.
Like a lot of famous films, Dr. Strangelove was first denied by production, and many studios suggested that it was too anti-American for Americans to enjoy. Little do they know that no one loves to make more fun of America than Americans do. So of course audiences raved about it, and even today many people say that it's their favorite comedy film even though it's from the 60s, which you don't hear a lot of when you look back at old films. Dr. Strangelove has gotten the reaction any dark comedy can dream of, an audience that knows its humor and its message. Keeping in mind that dark comedy focuses on controversial topics, many ignore the fact that it can be used as a ploy to analyze those controversial topics. This film specifically focuses on mocking nuclear war planning and the attitudes towards the Cold War in general, all while keeping it in a humorous juxtaposition.
We'll meet again.
Despite this movie's clear scrutiny of a major political issue at the time, because of how it was shared through this comedic lens, many people took in the information a lot easier than any propaganda or anything else. I would even go as far to say that Dr. Strangelove has paved the way for how people use dark comedy today. For example, most political and economic issues have jokes about them, and even full skits, such as Saturday Night Live.
Whoopsie. All right. You want in? Yeah. Come on in. Okay. Hey there.
And even full TV shows like South Park.
This is Debate 2004 with your host, Jim Lehrer.
Welcome to the cable access televised debate between a giant douche and a turd sandwich.
Now, it is a bit different when it's a whole film talking about a whole war compared to snippets of current events, but it just shows that some issues are best told with humor.
Hello, Undergrounders. We are here at the Lyric, and we are going to show some of the comedy that's going on tonight. Stay tuned.
Ooh, in the hizzy. And one is named Morgan and the other one is Taylor. I'm cool with it. Nobody's gonna judge you. We might look at you funny and you might see us a little bit, but it's comedy. Yeah, my name's Rosa Mariposa. And then he washed my feet, which is like, my name's not even Jesus. So that was weird for me too. I've been doing comedy for 13 years. There's a lot of things that make people's butt pucker, and you never know until you say it. It's comedy though. So if you know that you're coming to a comedy show, then you should just expect anything from on the spectrum. So yeah, that wasn't funny. You guys didn't laugh. You guys are just like, that's fucking weird as shit. Being in comedy, you have to have a thick skin. All is glory. Get over here, Uncle Mike.
I'm Mike Miller, known as Uncle Mike. Talking about menopause. You know what that means? Man, you better take a pause because you're not getting any. 3 years. Not really. You don't have to be that offensive. You can be a little bit, not much. To do stand-up, you're going to have some fun. The only thing is that the professionals have writers writing theirs. You have to get up, if you're going to want to be a comedian, you have to get up in front of people and try and start.
Love, love, love. Give it up for Nick.
My name's Nicholas Ironman. My friends call me Nick.
I got made fun of by this girl because I like Spider-Man, right? She was like, oh, you're such a weirdo. You like Spider-Man. What are you, a nerd? I was like, I showed her my web shooter. Then she wasn't making fun of me after that.
Probably like a 3. Like, I try not to be too bad, honestly, because I mean, if all you do is just tell jokes that shock people, you're not that funny. But
when I heard that, I was like, you know who would really hate their fan base if they were still alive today? Hitler.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
So you wouldn't consider your comedy controversial, even
sometimes
with
it
friends?
is. Sometimes it is. To a certain point, yeah, it helps. But at the same time, like, anyone can do it. You just gotta practice. Just do it. You just gotta keep showing up to open mics and just do it.
All of you guys that have made it out tonight to make this happen.
How the band originate from?
We don't believe we're the freak. Next episode, we plan on talking about music, so we decided to make some silly questions for you to figure out and find out in our next episode.
Where did the word band originate from? Where?
This one's a double whammy. First, when was the Aggie Theater built, and what was it first used for?
Tell us.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tell us.
Go ahead. We're waiting.
There will be a fun little poll tonight on our social media Instagram accounts. And the poll is, what is your least favorite music?
What is it? Now this one's a multiple choice. Which one's real and which one is fake? Option A, pirate metal. Option B, baby metal. Option C, alien metal. Or option D, acid rock.
Check out our Instagram tonight to see what our favorite bands are and to check out the episode's poll. The other answers will be in our next episode, so stay tuned for that. And don't cheat.
If you have any topics you want us to cover or look more into, make sure to DM CTV on Instagram and let us know. We might do it.
We might not.
Who knows?
Who knows?
You'll never know.
Who knows?
Unless you DM us.
No one knows.
All right.
Hi. Being a stand-up comedian looks hard, and it got me thinking. If I were up on that stage with the whole audience, I wouldn't have much to say. Maybe it's stage fright, maybe it's because I send my friends memes like,
Day 10 of headshotting kids in Sky Zone Dodgeball.
and
Don't blow out. Happy birthday. Shoot 'em.
Either way, I couldn't prepare a whole set just to make others laugh, because whether I like it or not, my humor is a bit brain rotted. I don't know. I have to admit, I like and repost some of the weirdest and unfunniest things I see on social media, but I don't really laugh at offensive comedy clips. I'm not sure if others think the same, but think of it. When was the last time that you sent a friend a clip of a comedy show? Or a comedy skit? Either way, I don't remember. But then again, my feed is filled with clips like...
Yeah, it's crazy. I fell off a scooter and I'm already on probation. So you
Billy Goat, the goat's here. Vintage Hermes by Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Is stand-up comedy starting to die down in popularity, or am I just not in the mix with comedy culture because my humor is not necessarily on the normal side of things? Let's see. I want to find out if there are others out there like me who find the more simple, relatable memes funnier than just the dark comedy skits. And I'm choosing dark comedy because that does get more of a reaction out of viewers, and I did surprisingly find a lot of examples.
No, that was the most racist joke ever.
No, I got like 4 more in the chamber.
But first, let me tell you about my objectives and my predictions. Objectives. Number 1. Assess the preferred types of humor within my social circle. Number 2. Explore the underlying reasons for their comedic preferences. And number 3. Conduct a comparative analysis to lighten dark humor to deepen the understanding of comedic appeal. Now that we got that done, here are my predictions. Some of my friends will have to sit through some awkward silence while we're going through this, which makes me believe that they won't think some of the soft comedy is necessarily that funny. But on the other hand, I also think that they will be laughing and chuckling here and there. But overall, I believe that some will think the more offensive and prepared comedy is better than the weird videos that I will show. So now let's finally put them to the test. My subjects for this test were happy to participate in my investigation. Some just needed a little convincing or a little liquid courage. But either way, thank you for helping. After watching, they'll tell me whether or not they think it's funny, unfunny, or even offensive. So let's see.
Hi, I'm Annika Roeder.
I'm Henry.
My name is Hannah.
My name is Owen Ramirez.
I am studying communications and sport management.
I'm a philosophy major. I am a marketing major.
I am a sociology major.
Gentlemen. Meow. Go.
So first of all, go Rams. That reminds me of my dog.
I think that was pretty funny. A good clip that I would scroll by on Instagram and then leave a like.
That is a video, that is a TikTok that I would probably...
It's a sheep.
If I was in my bed hitting my cart, I would probably watch that video a million times.
Wow. What a majestic creature.
Love the music, love the animal, love the vibes.
Solidly funny. 5 out of 10.
I think that video is funny.
That wasn't really funny. That was just like, that was something I would probably like on TikTok.
Street Goofs! Go on in. We're doing a new segment called Street Goofs. Street Goofs! So we're gonna hide back in this little nook, and the first person that walks by, we're gonna jump out and scare them. Okay. Think you can handle that? Street Goofs! Boo! You're watching Street Goofs!
It's definitely not Snoop Dogg. Bird up. Yeah, I feel like the editing of it made it less funny. Like,
yeah, that was pretty good. That was definitely the funniest one. Say 7 out of 10.
I feel like it's bad that I laugh at it, but it's just so funny. I love Eric Andre. I think Eric Andre is one of the smartest comedians ever. I've seen that clip before. I know he's about to shoot somebody, and I think it's really funny, personally.
I like that one. I thought it was pretty funny.
I do like Eric Andre. I think Eric Andre has some better ones, but I think that one's really funny.
No, which, you know, is a valid response unless you've been to Baltimore. Because, dude,
Baltimore.
the fuck is going on in Baltimore, dude? Maryland as a state cannot pick a tone, dog. Just pick one. It's so beautiful and so ratchet for no reason. Can y'all just pick a tone, man? All of Maryland. Y'all will drive to the beach with your top down and then go to Baltimore and lock all your doors, dude. Like, you don't, no middle ground ever, man. I've only been to Baltimore one time. I ate lunch there, and the hostess who, like, seats you at the restaurant had a black eye. A full black eye. And it wasn't like, what happened? Yeah, it was pretty obvious what happened. And we couldn't get over the fact that we're like, this is the face of the company? Like, this is who you have greeting people? And my boy who I was with was like, yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should, you know, put her in the kitchen or something where nobody has to see her face, you know? And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye.
I thought it was pretty funny. I could definitely see why he got canceled for such actions.
First of all, Buddy doesn't know how to pronounce the city. He said Baltimore.
I think, like, people made the argument that sometimes attractive men just get away with allegedly being funny when they're not actually funny, and I think Matt Rife is a perfect instance of that.
I'm surprised he got canceled for that. I've never seen that.
It's, like, potentially racist the way he was talking about Baltimore.
I think the reality of the situation is that Matt Rife has never been funny, and he has never been an interesting comedian, because honestly he's just kind of regurgitating the same front that a lot of white male comedians have.
I mean, I can, like, see how people definitely find that offensive.
But I just think it's unoriginal, personally.
Did you know? Did you know that whenever you French fries on ketchup, Taste Ketchup fries you? This is because ketchup and Taste French fries on ketchup is reference to Taste French fries on you Taste.
That one just, like, feels like being extremely drunk and high at the same time.
Ketchup.
I'm a little confused.
Personally, I didn't find that one super funny.
Nah, it's pretty bad. Sorry.
It's kind of funny.
So let me know if this makes sense to you guys, but I just got done getting groceries at the store, and, like, as I was walking out, this lady walks past me and she goes, Kanye shoes, really? And, like, I just stopped. I looked at her. I was like, what? And then she says, if you wear shoes made by Kanye, you're equally as much of a piece of shit as he is. And I was like, what? Because first of all, I'm not even wearing Yeezys. I'm wearing New Balances. And second of all, there is no groceries. There is no groceries. Help! Help! Help!
Hashtag core.
Yeah, no, I'll give that one more funny. It's 7 out of 10.
I think the big K helped it a lot. I thought it was pretty funny, but a lot of brain rot.
That one's better than the other ones. Like, at least I can appreciate the novelty of it.
Perfect 10 out of 10. I love that. And yeah, Kanye does not own New Balances.
It's real or fake? I don't know, actually.
Is this real?
Real.
Who makes these?
That's why I feel like going to class.
All I gotta say is, guys, AI is literally rotting our brains.
The dogfish.
Dogfish. Fish dog.
Dogfish.
Dog superimposed on the body of a fish.
An interesting nature documentary there.
It's like AI, right?
I like that one too.
That video was funny.
I think that's funny. I think that's social media worthy.
Not really funny, it was more just informative.
I like that one. I think that one is funny.
All right, thank you for sitting through that almost painful series of interviews with me. And again, this is in the name of research. Speaking of research, remember when I said I'd give them a surprise IQ test at the end of this? I After a series of 10 long, thought-provoking questions, my contestants all pulled through with average or above average scores. Now let's see the results. With ladies first, we got Hannah, who got 7 out of 10, Annika, 9 out of 10, Owen, 7 out of 10, Henry, 10 out of 10, and Ethan, 9 out of 10. So what did our results tell us? I found that most of our contestants with a higher score found most of the things funny, but also our contestants with the lower scores found most of everything funny. I guess this tells me that preferences with comedy may vary, but share underlying similarities. Such similarities may include shared humor types, reoccurring comedy tropes, or universal topics that appeal to a lot of people. And I gotta say, understanding these nuances has enhanced my appreciation for comedy. In conclusion, the exploration of diverse comedic preferences reveals the intricate ways in which humor operates within society. By recognizing both the unique tastes that shape the individual experiences and the universal elements that unite audiences, we can gain a deeper understanding of the power of comedy in a form of expression.